Hello, my name is Maria Fernanda Mariscal de la Mora. I'm 27 years old, and in this video, I'm going to explain you a little bit about my career, and I'm also going to explain you my teaching philosophy. Well, I have a bachelor's degree on psychology by la UAM, Universidad Autónoma del Estado de Morelos. I also have a TESOL certificate to teach English, and I have 2 diplomas. The first one is a diploma on emotional intelligence to teach it on children and teenagers. And the second one is a diploma on forensic psychology on children and teenagers. This one by the Suprema Corte de Justicia. Well, about my teaching career, I have been teaching for over 5 years now in some schools, in elementary school and also in preschool. And also, since the pandemic started, I started teaching independently. So that means that I have been teaching kids from 3 years old till adults that wanted to have conversational English for their travels or their jobs. I also was able and had the opportunity to teach 3 little children, well, 2 children and 1 teenager that had the ages of 8, 12, and 15, all of the subjects from their school. That meant that I was the teacher of math, science, geography, history, all that was asked, and all of this in English. My teaching philosophy is centered on the student. What does that mean? Is that I'm going to have in all of my classes 3 main characteristics. The first one is that all of the classes are going to include the type of learning. That means kinesthetic, visual, and auditory. So all of the exercises are going to have one of each part so that the student can work with it. The second characteristic is going to be the timing and backup plans. What that means is that all of the classes are going to be programmed in 3 phases. The first one that is the beginning, the second one that is the development of the class, and the third one that is the closure. At the beginning, I'm going to ask the kids how they are feeling, well, the students, how they are feeling, maybe what do they eat, what did they do on the weekend, okay, to make them relax and start talking in English. In the development class, we are going to make all of the exercises that are planned. And in the closure part, we are going to talk about the homework, and I'm going to ask some questions about the topic that we've seen on class. By this part in the closure, most of the students at 80% more or less should be able to respond to the questions without any doubts and without any mistakes. And the third characteristic is on the students' well-being and the insight. That means that I take time on each one of the classes after finishing an exercise to ask them how do they feel with their exercise. Depending on the age of the student, I can ask them to say good or bad. I can give them a scale from 1 to 10, or I can ask them that they explain it on words. Teacher, I feel bad because I didn't understand this part. For example, this helps me as a teacher to see if I need to explain again the exercise or if we should do maybe another exercise on this subject because it wasn't clear. But it also helps the student to start looking and having an insight on how they are receiving all of the information that the teacher is giving. Okay, about the backup plans, that means that I always need to be one step ahead of any situation. So we know that sometimes the students cannot receive or maybe are not in the mood that we need for one type of topic. That doesn't mean that we are not going to give the topic, but that means that maybe we can give other type of exercises according on the environment that the students are given at that time. So that is the backup plan. I always like to have different type of exercises to, if the plan A is not working, maybe use the exercise of plan B that are going to be better and well received for the kids in that moment. I also consider myself a really passionate teacher. I love teaching, and I am a really good learner